Okay, so now we've put on a coat of Tamiya AS18 light gray for the main color of the spaceship. I have chosen not to do white. I wanted to do more of a, more of a realistic, gritty type of Vic Viper here. So maybe the camera can't pick out the details. It's kind of dark, even with the lights on, but it is apparent where the masking tape pieces are. So all I have to do is just lift up on those masking pieces once this is finished curing, and then it'll hopefully look pretty cool. Yay. So what I've been up to now that all of the parts have been painted, I'm not yet pulling off the things yet. What I'm doing for now is that I'm going to mask these off, as you can see here, for painting the secondary color. So on the wings, okay, so the main body I'm doing AS18 light gray, and the blue trim is going to be AS8 navy blue, and that's what's going to be on the backs of the wings here. So what I've done is I've masked off the main parts of the wings, and I've put on some other masking tape on top of the other parts I had masked off, so you'll see more paint being chipped away and such. Maybe I should put some over here, so that it's not just silver, but it's also, you see the silver and the gray that's chipped away, that you would see underneath the blue paint that's chipped away. And the same thing goes for these pointy thingies, the warp nacelles or whatever these things are. I've masked these off, and then I've put more masking tape along the edges here and such to make it more weathered looking. So you'll see the blue, and then chipped underneath that is the gray, and then underneath the gray is the silver. So it's 3 different colors you'll be seeing poking through. Neat, huh? Yeah. When you're masking, it's a good idea to just run your fingernail through here along where the masking tape ends. You want to make sure that it doesn't pop up or whatever. You want to make sure that when you spray, the paint will not be going underneath any sort of air pockets. Like here, I need to probably redo this because it might just go straight into there if I'm not careful. Just make sure it's totally flat, and just press down on here. Run your fingernails along the parts you're going to be painting. Okay, it's a nice dry sunny day today, so I'm going to do some more spray painting. I have masked off all the sections, and now this is like where those stupid decals were going to go. No, I'm not going to, or I wouldn't even call them decals, sorry. Those stickers, those terrible stickers. And I'm not using those dumb stickers, so I'm going to paint it instead. It should turn out real nice. I just need to make sure, flatten it out with my fingernail, press down on it to make sure that paint isn't going to go up inside at all. And right now I'm just warming up the paint in some warm water using navy blue AS8 for the blue trim. The fuel tanks, or whatever the heck these are, I just finished painting these, and I decided just to use an extra color. This is AS27 Gunship Gray 2. Again, you can use whatever you want, but this is the colors that I'm choosing. Yeah. Okay, looks pretty cool. I went over it with navy blue, so I think I did a pretty good, accurate job. Just make sure you get a good mask like this. I got this at Kind's Home, like 3,000 yen or so. Hi, little girl, I'm making a video. It's people. So, yes. So anyhow, I think I'd...
How about cat?
did a pretty good job. I'll wait for it to dry and take a look at it, make sure I didn't miss any holes or whatever in the painting, and maybe go over it again if necessary. Yeah. Okay, it's looking pretty cool here. This is about 5 hours later. I painted the blue. So what I did was take off the masking tape, and actually I was able to scrape a lot of it off with my finger. The good thing about lacquer is that it dries fast and it dries hard. So, see, I just took off some more. I think there's some masking slivers that are still left over. I'll have to go over this really carefully though. But anyhow, it looks pretty weathered. Pretty cool, huh? So this, the blue paint is showing both the gray underneath it and the silver that's underneath the gray. So it's kind of multi-layered. Pretty cool. And on top of that, I'll make it dirty looking to make it look even more weathered. So, pretty nice. Yeah, see, this is what it was. And just opening all this up slowly. Let's take a look at this one, see how this one turned out. The forward fuselage, or whatever it's called. The front part of the ship that sticks out on both ends. So, the first time I had tried masking was on a Pat Labor mecha, and stupid me, I was trying to use Scotch tape. That was messy. You have to use good masking tape. And the second mistake I made with masking years ago was not pressing hard enough on the masking tape, and so when I had sprayed with the airbrush, it had leaked underneath and ruined. It was enough for me to walk away from a model for quite a long time before I went back to it again, just out of frustration. So you learn a lot when you work on models. So now this is actually taking off some of the masking underneath. So there. So this is pretty clean. That's what's important. And this here, where I had stuffed all of the masking inside here to protect the engine, comes off like magic. Check that out. Oh wow. I just stuffed it all inside. I made sure to, go in here. These little triangle thingies. Also, this is turning out pretty good too. No paint seeped underneath here. So that's good. Let me clean this off here. Nice. Look at that. Beautiful. So, I can just kind of peel off a lot of this with my fingernails. Now, acrylic paint, on the other hand, you might scrape away the actual paint, because acrylic is a lot softer. That's why when you work with acrylic paint, you have to really seal it afterwards to make the paint permanent. Otherwise it can come off real easy just by scratching it with your fingernail. So it's good using lacquer. It's very easy to apply, and it dries fast, and it's real easy to work with. So this too is coming out pretty awesome. Let's uncover this here. This is that metallic gray, the gunmetal gray. Neat. This was well protected. And, okay, so the little guns or whatever those are were protected as well. So, yeah, the front of the ship is going to be really silvery, because this is where it's getting a lot of the brunt of the abuse. It's running into space debris like frozen chickens and bowling balls or whatever the heck floats around in space. So, there we go. Let's get the other side in here, pull all this out. There, great. This is where the missiles will go, I believe, on the underside of the ship. Yay! Neat-tastic. I'm happy with that. Okay, cool. Next I'm going to do a technique called dry brushing. This is Tester's Steel color paint. This is Tester's Enamel. I haven't used this in a while. I'm going to have to stir this up. Okay. Nice. Okay. So I'm just going to dip a brush and get it all wet with paint. There, it's all soaked through now. Okay. And I'm going to close up the paint. And then next, I'm just gonna wipe it until it basically becomes dry. It's just a crappy old paintbrush, and I don't really care what shape it ends up in. So, just wiping off all the paint, most of it, until it pretty much, there. So, next I'm going to just kind of brush it around. And what happens here is that it's bringing out some the steel color along the edges. It kind of scrapes along the edges. It kind of brings the color to life. I don't think I have to. I think this is going to be obscured. I think it's just this part here that is going to be visible. I don't think anything about here is going to be showing at all. I think it's kind of goes like this, and this is the underside. And this is where the options pop out of. There. This is the final result here. I don't know if the camera can really pick this up or not, but you just see some silver highlighting in there. It kind of brings it to life, makes it look more three-dimensional, kind of like a real machine, kind of weathered and such. So dry brushing, I always use enamel paint, so I just happen to be using Tester's Steel enamel. It's basically any enamel that you would really like to use. Okay. Let's mix up the flat black paint. So I'm just going to brush this into the insides of this here. Kind of gives it a little bit more depth to it, I think. Then onto this part here. Guess I can dry brush this part a little bit. Get the detail on here. So I don't think the camera can really pick up this detail, especially not with the lighting, but you have to take my word for it. It's kind of cool. Cool. Certainly gives it a lot more personality.